Right. Hello. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Abs and Core. Jazzy here, program manager with Exoset Autodesk. And I've got a good workout planned for us today. So we're already working in sets of 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. We're going to do each one a bunch of times. We're going to basically work for 4 minutes for each movement. So what we'll do is we'll do like a minute at each one. So we'll do 20, 10, 20, 10, and then move to the next. We'll go to that 4 times. So we're going to start off here and we're going to be on the ground for all of them. But we are going to start off first thing here. All towards the ground. We're going to do some planks here, but what we're going to do is we're going to be tapping the opposite toe and the opposite hand on each side. So just like this, we're going to be on our hands and toes, and one arm at a time, we're going to tap out and back in, and then out and back in. Just touch that. So on the hands and toes, tapping, moving one hand up and one leg out to the side. So that one, we really want to make sure we're using that core, keeping everything nice and tight. And then we're going to go ahead and flip over onto our back. And we're going to do single leg lowering. So we're going to have our feet all the way up towards the ceiling, heels towards the ceiling, keeping those legs as straight as we can. We're going to inhale, lower one leg, and then we're going to exhale, bring that leg back up, and then inhale, lowering the other leg, exhaling back up. So we're going to do that. And then the third movement, we're going to stay on our back. And for this one, if you have weights or dumbbells, feel free to grab them for this movement. If you don't, not a problem. You don't necessarily need weight. I like to do these weighted just to get a little bit extra engagement out of it here. But what we're going to do here is do some toe touches. We're going to have our feet all the way in the air. Dumbbells up towards the ceiling. We're going to exhale, bring those hands towards the feet and back down. So that is going to be our toe touches. These ones are going to really actually work our superficial six pack there. So we got to do at least one vein movement on the day. And then the last thing we're going to do is we're just going to do a regular old plank. So we're going to be on either the hands and toes or the elbows and toes, whatever feels better for you. I'm going to do elbows and toes for these ones since we do have the hands and toes ones earlier. So we're just going to hold a plank there. And then we're going to do that 4 times. So we are doing 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. We're going to go through that. So we're going to do a minute at each one. So what we'll do is 20, 10, 20, 10, and then move on to the next one, 20, 10, 20, 10. So that's going to be the whole circuit for today. So we're going to go ahead and get our core and our spine a little bit warmed up. So what we're going to do on our hands and knees here, we're just going to do a little bit of cat-cow, find our neutral spine. Turn this way a little bit more. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a nice, big, deep inhale as we curve our back, looking up towards the ceiling. And we're going to exhale, pushing that back up towards the ceiling, getting nice and high here. And then we're going to inhale, coming back forward. And exhaling back up. And we're going to just one more time inhaling into our cow. And exhaling, pushing a little bit further than we did the first few times. And then we're going to go ahead and find that neutral spine. So somewhere in between there, we got our shoulders in line with our hips. And from here, we're just going to do a little bit of quadruped rocking, making sure that our core is staying nice and tight. So we're going to inhale, rock back, keeping that core nice and tight, nice and neutral. Coming back to center. And we're going to do it a few more times here. So rocking back, really making sure we're keeping that core activated, nice and tight here. Great job. And let's go ahead and do one more as we inhale, rocking back. And coming back to center. Awesome. All right. I think last thing we're gonna do, we'll just do a few plank to pikes to get our core warmed up a little bit from being in the plank, because we are gonna do quite a few planks today. So let's go ahead and go on our hands and toes here. And we can push ourselves up into that pike position, poking our head through our arms. And we're gonna go back down to plank. We're gonna do 2 more of these. So keeping that core nice and tight, exhaling, push up, keeping that core tight. You can even pedal the heels, get a nice calf stretch while we're at it. And back down to plank. And last one here, exhaling, pushing up. And we are going to find ourselves back in the plank. And I think we are ready to rock and roll. I always love the way my hood looks after I've done something like down dog. All right. So 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. We're going to go through that a few times. And I'm going to get the timer going here. Getting ready. Starting with our planks. We're doing plank, hands and toes, tapping, opposite arm, opposite toe, back, opposite arm, opposite toe, back. All right, so we're getting started with that on our hands and toes. 3, 2, 1, and go. So we got 20 seconds here. So I'm gonna make sure I don't touch it, kick anything. So tapping out each hand and each foot, making sure that our core is staying nice and tight. It does help if you exhale as you bring them out and back together. 3, 2, 1. All right, so we got 10 seconds, and then we're gonna do that again. And then we're gonna flip over onto our back for our single leg lowering. 3, 2, 1. Sometimes I like doing this timing a little bit better because we can really push ourselves for those 20 seconds, do it perfectly, and then get right back into it, giving ourselves a little bit of a rest. 3, 2, 1. All right, we got 10 seconds on our backs, single leg lowering. 3, 2, 1. So heels to the ceiling, bringing one leg down, exhaling, coming back up. Same thing, lowering nice and slow, come back up. Making sure we're pushing the belly button into the ground, keeping it locked in there. We don't want to lower our legs too far. 3, 2, 1. Want to make sure we're not lowering our legs so far that our back starts to come off the ground. So that back's got to stay nice and tight there. 3, 2, 1. That's why this is such a great core exercise, because we are not only using our core to pull our legs back up, we're also using our core to keep our back nice and flat, keep that belly button pressed into the ground. So it's working our whole core. 3, 2, 1. All right, next up, you want to grab those dumbbells, getting ready for our toe touches. 3, 2, 1. So we're staying on our back, exhaling, bringing our dumbbells towards the toes, trying to keep those legs as straight as we can. Great job. 3, 2, 1. So we got about 10 seconds. We're going to do that again. And then we're going to hold a plank. 3, 2, 1. So we have this. And then we're going to do our plank next. And then we'll start right at the top with our plank arm and leg taps. 3, 2, 1. All right, nice job. We're getting ready. We're gonna hold a plank, either hands and toes, elbows and toes, whatever feels good for you today. 3, 2, 1. So keeping that pelvis tucked. We're nice and flat from our head all the way to our toes. Keeping our shoulders right over those elbows or over the wrists if you're on your hands. 3, 2, 1. All right. We're getting ready. Our planks today are going to get ready for our finisher on Thursday. So giving you a preview. 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna do one of my favorite finishers for core. We used to do this in college before softball practice. So it'll give us a good core workout there. 3, 2, 1. All right, I'm already feeling the fire in my core. All right, we got our plank, opposite hand and toe taps. 3, 2, 1. So on again, hands and toes, tapping out, one arm, one leg, too close to the wall. And not too close to the couch. Okay, there's just really no good place to do this right now, I guess. So we're just gonna go 3, 2, 1. All right, we're gonna do that again. Then we'll flip over for our single leg lowering. 3, 2, 1. Tapping one at a time. Keeping our core tight. We want those headlights on our hips to face the ground the whole time. 3, 2, 1. All right, flipping over on our backs. We got single leg lowering. Gotta get the airflow going in here. All right, 3, 2, 1. One leg at a time, coming down, coming back up. Making sure, again, that if we are lowering to a certain position, as soon as the back comes off the ground, so if your leg is here, your back's off the ground, that's where the movement stops. But if you can go all the way down, 3, 2, 1. All right. All right, we're getting ready again. 3, 2, 1. One leg at a time. Exhaling as we come up. Press that belly button in the ground. Breathing as we come up. 3, 2, 1. All right, we're getting ready, grabbing our dumbbells. We got toe touches next. 3, 2, 1. So exhaling, coming up, and right back down. Great job. Really focusing on using the core to lift our arms up, not the other way around. So we don't want to reach with our arms. 3, 2, 1. We don't want to use our arms as the momentum and the driver here. We want to use that core. 3, 2, 1. I feel like sometimes it's really hard to train your body to use certain muscles properly. And I feel like core is one of those that kind of takes a little bit. And this one, you can definitely feel the difference between using the core and using the arms. 3, 2, 1. All right, we got our plank coming up next. Getting ready, either elbows and toes or hands and toes. 3, 2, 1. So keeping those shoulders over the wrists or over the hands. After this, we're going to be halfway through. So we're going through this 4 times. Focus on the breath, focus on the core. Keep that core nice and tight. 3, 2, 1. All right. We're going to do that again. Then we're starting at the top with our plank taps. 3, 2, 1. So we're on again, elbows and toes or hands and toes, whatever feels good. We want to make sure we're keeping everything nice and flat. We don't want the button up in the air. We also don't want to peak in the back. That hurts my back to make that position. 3, 2, 1. All right. Oh, my hip just popped. So now we have our first exercise, our plank taps. We got 2 more rounds. 3, 2, 1. Hands and toes, tapping one way and then the other way. Am I confined by my couch and the wall right now? Great job. 3, 2, 1. All right, we're gonna do that again. Then we'll flip over on our backs. 3, 2, 1. This one is definitely making my shoulders burn. Always a good thing. Also feeling this extremely in the core today. 3, 2, 1. All right, we got single leg lowering next. So on our backs. 3, 2, 1. This is between starting teaching this class last week and today. This is the most core work I've had in a very long time. Not a fan, nor do I train core or abs. 3, 2, 1. So this is the most like targeted core work I've had in a while. 3, 2, 1. So we're gonna do this thing of single leg lowering, and then we'll have our 10 seconds. And then we'll grab those dumbbells for getting ready for the toe touches. Use the core to pull up. 3, 2, 1. Right, we're getting ready for our toe touches. Getting those dumbbells if you have them. 3, 2, 1. Exhaling as we come up. Great job. Use the core, not our arms. 3, 2, 1. All right, we got another one of these, and then we got our plank, and then we're gonna do one more round, and then we're gonna be good to go. 3, 2, 1. We will do a couple cool down movements. I feel like this, doing some single leg lowering in here, sometimes we'll get those hips firing up. I know I kind of feel it in my hip right now. So we'll do a little bit of cool down. 3, 2, 1. All right, we got our plank, either elbows and toes or hands and toes, and then we got one more round to go. 3, 2, 1. So keeping our core tight. That spine is one straight line from our head to our hips to our toes. Want to make it as flat as we can, keeping a neutral spine like we found in our warm-up. 3, 2, 1. All right, got one more of those, and then we're back at the top for one more round. 3, 2, 1. Keeping those shoulders above the elbows. Focus on the breath. I find when we're doing things for time like this, it's really just important. Focus on the breath, inhaling and exhaling. 3, 2, 1. All right. It's my favorite way to lay down after a plank. All right, we got our plank opposite hand and toe taps. 3, 2, 1. So our last round going through, last time doing these. These ones take a lot of stability here, keeping those hands below the shoulders, protect those shoulders here. 3, 2, 1. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this last round of these. My core was on fire. 3, 2, 1. All right, last one of these, and then we've got our single leg lowering next. I don't know what's worse, the core or the shoulders on this one. 3, 2, 1. All right, done with those. We've got single leg lowering coming up next. 3, 2, 1. Heels to the sky. Exhaling, using the core, keeping that belly button pressed into the ground. Great job. 3, 2, 1. All right, we got one more of those. Then we got toe touches. 3, 2, 1. Legs to the ceiling. Exhaling as we come up. Great job. 3, 2, 1. All right. Grabbing our dumbbells. We got toe touches. 3, 2, 1. Exhaling. Bringing those dumbbells towards the feet. Great job. Use that core. 3, 2, 1. All right, we got one more of those. Starting to really feel that in my hip. 3, 2, 1. Do this, then we're gonna plank, and then we'll be done for the afternoon. For Tuesday's ab and core class. 3, 2, 1. All right, we are getting ready. Final movement of this class. We got our plank. 3, 2, 1. Focusing on the breath, shoulders above those elbows. Keeping that core tight, don't let that back dip. Butt to the belly button, lock it in. 3, 2, 1. All right, we got one more to go. And then we'll go ahead and do a few cool down stretches. 3, 2, 1. Last one. Last one, best one. Focus on the breath. We're almost there. Keep pushing, keep pushing. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, and that is going to be it for today's class. Nice job, nice job. Go ahead, get a sip of water if you need it. And we are going to do some cool down movements. So what we're going to start off here, we're going to work, I know we just did a lot of like core work, obviously. So we're going to stretch out our hips while keeping our core still locked and loaded. So we're going to do our quadruped rocks with that nice adductor stretch, just to stretch out our hips from all of the single leg lowering we just did. So on the hands and knees here, very similar to that warm up, but we're going to go ahead and stick that other foot out to the side like a kickstand. So we're still keeping that core tight. So we want to find that neutral spine so we don't want to dip. We don't want to be hunched. Find that neutral. And we're going to inhale as we rock back. We're going to hold here for a second, get that stretch, and then we're going to exhale, come back up. So we're going to do that a couple more times on this side. Keeping that pinky toe on the ground. We're getting a nice hip stretch there. I know it's very common to start to feel either leg raises or even single leg lowering. You can start to feel it in your hips. I know I have a tight hip flexor, got a little bit of tendonitis going in there. So mine get pretty tight from those types of movements. So this always feels nice to do that after. And let's go ahead and do one more here. Keeping that spine nice and tight. Awesome. So we can go ahead. We're gonna do that same thing on the other side. So we can go ahead and stick the other leg out to the side. So I got my left leg out next to me here. My arch of my foot is in line with my right knee. And same thing, inhaling as we rock back. Coming back up. Just gonna flow through this. We can kind of go at our own pace here. You can hold at the bottom for as long as you need. I find holding it there for about 3 to 5 count helps us really start to open those hips up. Great job. wherever we're at, we're gonna make this next one our last one. Awesome job. All right, and I think the last thing we'll do is just end with a little bit of rotation here. Always good to mix it up. So let's go ahead and take my right arm, reach through, left arm, left leg. Get a bit of rotation, stretch out the back. I know we did a little bit of shoulder stuff here inadvertently through our planks. And let's go ahead and do one more deep breath here. And on the exhale, we'll go ahead and come back to center. And then we're gonna do that same thing on the other side. So I got my left hand reaching through. And last breath here. And we can go ahead and return to center. And that is going to be all the time I have for today's class. So thank you all so much for joining me. We do have our full schedule tomorrow. So we got boot camp at 6:30 with Noelle. We've got boot camp at 12 with Jonathan, a new coach Jonathan. Definitely go check that out. Give him a nice warm Exos at Autodesk welcome. And then we've got a stretch break at 3. We've got yoga at 12:30 with Janet. And then 4:30, we got Zumba with Dewey, and 5 o'clock. Pilates with Beth. So full day of Group X classes tomorrow on Wednesday. And then we do have our Winter Warrior signups going on right now. So all you have to do is have either consult with me or with Coach Jonathan, and we'll get you ready, set up to go with the program. It's going to be a great time. We got some private mobility classes for y'all there. So definitely check that out. You can check it out on SharePoint. Just type in X's at Autodesk into Autodesk One and it'll pop up for you. Great job today. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you all next time.